So this is what? This is season 2, episode 3, right? Season 2,
Yeah, I
episode
want to
3.
say episode 3. Yeah.
All right. And so we have our guest, Andrew Araneo, making his second appearance.
Hell yeah.
uh, so yeah, what's been going on? I mean, it's been a bit. We haven't had the podcast in a couple weeks now. I mean, we wanted to do an in-person one, but due to like outside circumstances, obviously that couldn't happen. We won't talk about those, but running world, what's going on?
Well, for me, I'm kind of in like a weird limbo personally, because I'm training. No idea what I'm training for really, because I'm not gonna have any opportunities to race.
Okay.
Like there's no track club for Bing, so it's kind of just I'm just training to train, and it's nice to have a goal. I just don't know what that goal is. I don't know. I'm just having fun getting in shape, running
Good.
again.
Good.
Yeah, every aspect of life, I'm just trying to get back in shape, and really, I feel like I'm overall in the best like fitness I've ever been in. Like not running necessarily, but just body.
Then that's that makes sense, because I know, and this is sort of, I think, where me and Jonah talked about steering the conversation with when we wanted to have you on the podcast. You decided a while ago. Can you guys hear me, or am I breaking up?
I can hear.
I can hear.
Okay. You guys decided a while ago Araneo decided a while ago that you were gonna sort of take a different approach to training and running. You were gonna sort of focus on school a little bit more. So I think we should sort of talk about that. Like, what was the process of sort of making that decision? Was that a difficult decision to make? Like, take us through the steps and sort of your thought process around that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like necessarily it wasn't like a decision I made the decision. It's kind of something that more happened and I had to accept, because going into school, I already knew I wanted to transfer, and I knew I had to keep my grades up for that, for a semester at least. So it was kind of like it became too much to be like full, like going balls to the wall, like training. I honestly tried too hard in school, to the point where like I could have tried a lot less and still had the same grades. So, but rather be safe than sorry. And now I learned that I don't have to have 100 in a class to have an A. I could have like a 90 and have an A, which is a big difference for me. So I'm trying to. That decision wasn't really something I wanted to make, and it was definitely difficult, because the first week I went without like running. It was miserable. It was absolutely miserable. It sucked.
Oh, really?
Even though I don't really have. Yeah, it sucked so much. I hated not, because I wasn't doing anything either. It's not like I was going to the gym either. Like I just took I had one full week of just doing nothing.
You're just kind of sedentary week.
Yeah, which was horrible.
I think that. Sorry, continue.
Oh, I wasn't really gonna say anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think that can speak a lot to the aspect of not even training, but just staying fit. For the reason of staying fit is because not only does it keep your body healthy, but it keeps you in a sort of like a good attitude. Because you just said that was like a shitty week, So
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that was like mentally, it was just a bad week, or maybe you had like a lot of schoolwork or something. But I can definitely speak from experience that when there have been weeks where I haven't really gone for a run, or or even a bad day, on a day-by-day basis, it kind of gets to a point where let's say I'm stressing out, just for whatever reason. Then I'm like overwhelmed. I'll go for my run. I'll exercise, do whatever the hell it is I got to do. And then you come back and you just feel kind of, I guess, like a fresh start, if that makes sense. Like you're rebooted,
Yeah.
So I think that.
Yeah.
No, continue. You're good.
Oh no, yeah, that makes complete sense. I mean, it's almost a way to like get your mind off things, and it's a full like refresher. Sorry, I think there's stuff going on in the background.
Yeah, no worries.
But I mean, yeah, that's something I think it's really an important lesson to learn because like to be completely honest, like that's really what's keeping me going with running. It's just like the idea that I'm gonna hate it if I stop, you know? Even if I have nothing, even if I'm not gonna go like D1 or something, or if I'm not gonna continue really like seriously competing, which I still want to.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
that's why I'm training my ass off right now. You know, I want to be able to go into to spring with a decent base and be able to really, you know, start hitting some PRs even from doing time
Hmm.
trials. But
Yeah.
I think that's one of the most important things to like learn, like the little things, like even like aside from just like even aside from like exercising too, just doing like basic shit. Like for me, like making my bed every day and like
Yeah.
showering at like a specific time or just getting in like habits of like good things. I don't know, like
You know,
reading
that's a good
or
point.
something.
That's a really
It
good point.
makes everything so much better. I don't know.
Hmm.
Even if like things aren't like good for you, like circumstance wise, those little things
Yeah.
uh make the
Just
difference. I don't know.
yeah, like little things. I mean, we've said it. We've been saying it for years. You know, little things count. They matter. And like you said, I mean, even just like making your bed is weird. Just having like a structured routine where you do things that make you feel more organized, make you feel a little bit more what's the word for it? A little bit more like in
Structured.
balance. Yeah, structured,
Yeah.
you know, all that kind of stuff. Just it's a good way to avoid stress and just sort of live a healthier life, you know. Uh, but I know you also said that you don't want to stop competing, or even that there's a track club, not even that there's not a track club at Binghamton. It's not like you didn't race, right?
Yeah, I mean, I did race, it's true.
So
I mean, I raced a few times.
what I know that you specifically raced over break.
I did, in fact. It's
How
funny
was
that you
that?
mentioned that because you were there.
I was there.
Um, yeah, I mean, that was a good race. I'm really glad I did it. I haven't raced like especially track, which is like more of my thing, in so long. Um, I didn't really care that much about the time. I could have raced it better, but you know, I ended up running 250 off of no workouts, which was great. It just kind of reaffirmed that like, you know, there's something in there and like I could
Yeah.
pull something out of my ass, you know, if I need to. And uh, you know, it's exciting. It wasn't this. It's never going to be the same as it was in high school. You know, you're
Yeah.
not going to have that same team unless you know I make some sort of team.
Hmm.
Um, but it, you know, it definitely like lit a little bit of like a spark for me because I don't know what's going to happen when I get back to school. Like I could have all the motivation right now.
Yeah.
Um, but when I get back to school, it's a different, you know, it's always a different story. Um,
And
but I think
that's
that's going to be like one of those things I could look back to and be like, that's why I'm doing this. You know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's a good point that you just said. You know, you don't know what's going to happen when you're at school, and I think that because you know the priority is doing it for fun and doing it for healthy reasons, like want doing it in a way that keeps you wanting to do it. I think because of that, it's sort of like if you feel like you don't want to go for a run that day, you don't, and that's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but then that doesn't mean you should always listen to that feeling of like,
Yeah.
you know, but it's good to be able to separate the, I guess, try hard, you know, let's go out and every day is a grind. It's good to separate that and the, you know what, I just want to have fun. You know, we'll work hard, but fun is the priority here.
Yeah. I mean, it's still sort of that attitude because for me, fun is going out and grinding. Like
Yeah.
that's how it is. But like, yeah, I think finding that balance between like remaining disciplined, but also like if I really can't go for a run that day or don't want to, don't do it. But I think
Mhm.
finding that balance because like if you start not going for a run every day because you don't want to, well, you know, you're
There's
kind
all
of
your days. Yeah.
screwed. Yeah, there you go. So I think that's something I have to discover because I struggle with that a lot because
Mhm.
I overthink that kind of stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but you know, hopefully it should be good. I know Jonah, you're in like a similar situation kind of like do Do you have like
Uh,
a similar sort of situation?
yeah, I'm in a similar situation, but like, just like worse in every way. Like, so like basically for the past like 3 weeks, maybe even a month now, I've tried running once or twice a week, and every single time has led to me having to stop and walk home in the dark alone because my lower back has actually been like killing me so badly. And I've never experienced anything like this injury in my entire life. So yeah, it kind of sucks. And I went to PT. I went to my chiropractor down the road. He gave me some exercises. So hopefully with some time and some rest, I can finally get back to running because yeah, as Andrew was saying and as Anthony was saying, it's a good thing to just stay healthy and stay just like happy with everything, and it keeps you going. I don't know, it helps just with the everyday life. It's
Yeah,
hard to
yeah.
live without running, being a long distance runner. So as corny as it sounds, it definitely, you don't know how valuable it is until you're not doing it all the time. So yeah. And then as for goals, it's kind of like I'm not gonna make the Syracuse Division 1 team. Like, I'm gonna be completely real. Like, I just look myself in the mirror. Like, that's probably not gonna happen. But like, if I can have fun with this sport and like see where that takes me, like that's that's great. And I love the
Mhm.
guys on our the Syracuse University Running Club. Great group of guys. I still want to race fast. That's not gonna
Yeah,
discourage me at all. I've dealt with injuries in the past. This is nothing new, but I think this whole year is all about me just rediscovering the love for the sport, running without pain, and yeah, that's pretty much what it's been trying to be doing. What I've been trying to be doing, what I've been trying to do for the past like year and a half, 2 years, because as you guys know, injuries have not been my friend, obviously.
yeah,
So
yeah. I
yeah.
uh, I think that's a good thing you just said actually, is like just trying to rediscover the love for the sport, because
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming have just like obviously you said you haven't really been able to like run too often, and that can be crazy discouraging. But when there are days when you sort of like have the ability to either run or bike or do whatever it is you do, even just play, like, I guess, I don't know, if you go out and like shoot a basketball, like as long as you're having fun, like healthy living and training, they can be the same, but they can also be completely different, you know? And I feel like in more cases than not, once you get sort of past high school, if like you just said, you're not really going to make the team. Once you sort of get into that mindset of, hey, you know what, it's probably never going to really be like how it was in high school again. uh the healthy living part kind of becomes a little bit more important, you
Right,
know.
right. And
And
just,
that,
enjoying it for yourself, and
yeah,
because you kind of lose, as Andrew was saying, you kind of lose like that team aspect and like working
mhm,
towards like qualifying for things. And of course that's totally great. And like you're right, it's probably not going to be like that again, but like you can kind of look at it in a new way, and like in
yeah.
a simpler way. It's not like we're qualifying for big things, but like we still want to like.
I think you cut out a little bit.
Yeah. Oh,
I know, I'll
Okay,
yeah.
jump in
You can
with,
pick it up.
yeah, okay,
Oh,
yeah,
there we
you're
go.
good.
yeah, but yeah, you get what I was saying. It's
Yeah,
just yeah, it's like the sport is the same, but like how you look at it is a little bit differently, and it can be just as fun and just as enjoyable. So
exactly, yeah, yeah. um so what's sort of like your plan?
my plan is to bike and swim until I get better, and probably more swimming. Um, Probably a lot more swimming actually. I want to see how that affects my body because I'm really not good at swimming and it's hard. So it's something I want to get a little bit better at and just explore a little bit more because you can only have so much fun on a spin bike for like 45 minutes to an hour, doing whatever, like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, yeah, it's like, it's been like great, but like swimming is like, I find it challenging and kind of scary in a way that is gonna make me, interested. And yeah.
You have no
You
idea
should
how
try
happy it would make.
triathlons.
Yeah, you should do triathlons.
Yeah, you really should.
Yeah, when I'm not a broken body, I will definitely hop into a triathlon at some point, maybe.
We should make it a goal. This is just, I mean, this is just like a loose goal, just like something for fun, just like how we're doing the Spartan race or whatever.
Mm.
We should try and do the Smith Point Triathlon, but we should all dress up as like in different superhero things, or like different versions of the Flash. You know what I mean? Like Aquaman, like the
Wait,
swim
so
part.
so would you swim it in the suit? You
Yeah,
swim in
well,
like
like
a
we get
costume?
like, let's just say like a morph suit or something.
That'd be cool.
Obviously, you like don't wear the mask during the swim part, but just throw it on for the run and
Hope
go.
not.
Yeah, like just
That'd
imagine
be kind of
winning
sick.
or doing a triathlon in a Flash costume.
Yeah, you win like your age group. You just
Yeah,
go up on podium with like a
yeah,
skin tight. That'd be hilarious. I
it'd
I,
be
I might
so
sign up for
funny.
Smith's Point. I want to see. I
I
kind of
would
want to see
say
what
it's,
shape I'm in and like post it.
yeah, yeah, it's definitely a good experience to do it, because doing a triathlon is a new experience. In my opinion, it's one of the most fun races I've ever run. Uh, it's just it's really just a whole new side of racing, because we've done track and cross country races all our life. We know what that feels like, but it's interesting to see, okay, I'm going to go out, I'm going to swim, and I'm going to try and swim a faster time, you know like
I've
swimming.
done one before. They're crazy.
Oh wait,
They're
you
like,
have?
yeah, I did do one. It's not a normal race at all because it's like a sustained effort. You're
Yeah.
not going balls to the wall for the swim, but you're
Yeah.
also like not trying. It's
Mhm.
just it's deadly.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's much more different. It's a different kind of racing. In fact,
Yeah, absolutely.
there was this is, I guess we're kind of going off topic, but whatever, it's fine.
Nah,
There's
doesn't
one
matter.
there's one memory I have, and I've told a couple people about this. It was from the Smith Point Triathlon this past summer, and I went out to go do like a warm up lap in the water, just like a swam, maybe like 100 meters out, 100 meters back, like barely anything. But I got 100 meters out, and you know how most like summer triathlons or whatever, they're just like early in the morning.
Mhm.
All right, so I was out there, and it was like the sun was just coming up, so the water was like really warm for some reason. I don't know why. And then the sun was like just coming up. The water was still, because we were in like, I guess, a bay, or like, what, I don't know, like a quieter area of the water. And it was such like a surreal experience, just looking around. There was like not really anyone around me. It wasn't quiet, but like I was just like focused on just the way that the sun was hitting the water, and like the sky was a little pink. It was crazy. It was just such a nice memory. I don't know. Yeah, it's off topic, but
When was that? That sounds very like that. When was that? I remember that, but like
Smith's
I
Point.
don't remember that.
yeah, that was I think it was in, oh, it was August 1st. It was August 1st.
August 1st. Okay, interesting.
Smith's
Yeah.
Point's that late. Damn.
Yeah.
We
Yeah. I
should
mean,
maybe we should we aim for that one maybe?
I'm definitely gonna do it again. I think me, Brian, and a bunch of the other guys, we kind of want to try and do it every year.
When's the cutoff to like sign up for that?
Oh, you can sign up for it probably like 2 weeks before.
Oh, okay. Because I would sign up for it now, but I kind of want to see what shape I'm in before, because I'll probably
Yeah,
train
yeah,
for it.
yeah. Yeah, it's probably the kind of thing, you'll sign up like a month before, and then, just, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, to get back on track, I'll connect that memory I just had to this. It's about healthy living and happiness, and sort of just being happy in your own training slash fitness lifestyle, I guess, whatever. Uh,
Yeah.
that memory, just kind of being there, it was a little memory, but it had such an impact on just happiness in the sport. You know what I mean? And now it's a thing, I want to go back and do yearly. So I mean, I think it's important, as much as it is to find joy in the act of doing the sport. It's important to find joy in the things of maybe where you're doing the sport, who you're doing it with, the kind of thing you're doing, just all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's like that's probably the biggest difference between now and high school, because the
Hmm.
sport's always going to be the same. Like
Yeah.
you're always going to be doing the same shit, you know. But it's really the people that you're with, and the environment that you're in. Even like the difference between like running at like Bing or a Penn as compared to like at home, or
Yeah.
just running with people that like I've been running with you guys for 4 years, almost 5 years now.
Yeah.
Um, running with those like same people all the time, um, it's just so much more special. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
everyone is
Yeah.
you said it today. You had someone to do a workout with
Hmm.
for like the first time in a while,
Yeah.
and it was so much easier for you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, just like I'd say, like when you have like a close knit team like that, or just people, or a good environment to train in, it makes it so much better. I
Yeah.
think that's what we're all
Because
kind of missing.
and yeah, and it does suck to do it alone. But also, I mean, to add to what you're saying, it's as great as it is to run with, the guys back home on the high school team. It's also important that, like, we're not on the high school team anymore. We
No,
can't, like, we're not running with them. And that's something we got to realize. We have to accept that, what, it's not going to be that. So let's make it something else, even if that something else is trying to, get that sort of environment back. It's not going to be the way it was, but that doesn't mean it can't be better or the same. you know
I completely agree. Yeah, and it's hard to get yourself out of the mindset, because almost in anything, like I did the same thing, even just socially, like not
Mhm.
even pertaining to running. Like you're so attached to the people that you had in high school that
Yeah.
you have to remember, like that's not there anymore. Like you gotta make these things for yourself. It's not going to come to you,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Which is really hard to do, especially for someone like you and me.
Yeah.
We don't put ourselves out there. I know Jonah's a
Yeah.
bit different, but
Yeah, Jonah's like got a million friends. He's like living the life.
yeah, Jonah's
Yeah,
a pimp.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, I met most of my friends through another friend that I went to high school with, and she kind of told me about a bunch of people. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I find there's a lot of friendly people that are on my like little floor too, so that helps. But
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Mhm.
it's not easy making friends. It's you got to find the people that are right for you. That sounds weird, but it's like friends are like people you're going to be spending a lot of time with, and people that like you really want to enjoy your time with. So that can't just be
Yeah.
anybody. So yeah.
Yeah. And just to like relate that, I mean, we've talked about it a little bit before. Uh, when you're like, an Araneo actually used what I sent to you guys in that text today as an example. I did a workout with someone today. That was the first, and you said this also, but that was the first time I did a workout with someone in a while. And it didn't turn the workout, it didn't make it really any easier, but it made it so much more enjoyable, just because I was with someone that was at my fitness level and was kind of just like into the workout with me. We were talking about running. It was like it was just nice. And honestly, that's something that, because there's just a lack of these days, even just not even in my example, I'm using running and doing the workout with someone, but just in life, having someone to do what you're interested in, yeah, I think in general that can make it better.
Yeah, because you build off each other's passion a lot. It's kind of like
Exactly.
a
Yeah.
synergistic effect, where
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I could be, so excited about doing something, but when I have 10 people talking about how they're also very excited about it, or
You
it's
just like,
like, wow, I
you get like,
really want to do this now.
yeah, it's like you get
I
like
don't know.
fucking crazy.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you just gotta find those people, um, which that will come.
Exactly. Uh, do you guys have anything, other topics you really want to like touch on? I mean, I know we've covered a lot of, loving the sport, finding your people. We covered, making decisions about how to move forward, past high school and stuff like that, and in our own training. Uh, Do you guys have anything you want to add?
I know this doesn't really pertain that much. Well, it does
Yeah, go
pertain
for it.
as running, but Milrose
Oh
4x8.
God, yeah,
First
I
of all,
know.
I got some new information on the 4x8. There's like
Wait,
a 95% chance that the 4x8 also goes to Milrose.
Oh,
wait,
really?
how's that?
So uh this isn't to downgrade anything that either of the teams did. The pool of people that tried to go to Milrose this year was very
Hmm.
small and very weak. So even though the
Okay.
qualification time was like 8:10, or I think it was 8:15, which they didn't hit, they were close. There's no one that can go to Milrose because COVID. It's gotten so bad. So they're
See,
8:19, which is what they ran. They could appeal that because there's already not enough teams. And because Julian ran not a great race that time, DeLuca could fall back on, well, Julian runs 157 and he can appeal.
yeah,
And there's a good shot because the girls did the same thing
and they
and they
got into
got
Melrose.
him. Yeah, Northport girls did the same thing too. So really good chance that the 4x8 gets in and 4x4 is already in,
Okay,
which is
okay.
sick.
So
Yeah.
that would be pretty good. Just for context for people listening, our high school teams, the 4x8 and the 4x4 guys team made it to Milrose, like they qualified and everything. The 4x8 team was just off from qualifying, but I guess all right. So now they're.
They could
Is
appeal it.
does
And
does DeLuca know about that?
DeLuca's the one that told me. I was at practice
Oh,
today and he
okay,
was like, yeah, like there's like a good shot. He's like confident.
that's pretty good.
So I thought it was interesting because that's something we never did. I wish we did that,
Well, we didn't. We
but
probably would have just for
we would
COVID,
have.
Was
Yeah,
there a
yeah.
Milrose
It's
game last
just,
year?
I think there was, but I don't think we went to the qualifiers.
Yeah, we
We never
didn't.
went to the qualifiers ever for some
No.
reason, but um, yeah, I don't know. That hyped me up a lot because I can't wait to see them race.
Yeah.
I don't know. Especially now that
Then
like a lot of them are like getting better than me. I'm like, that's sick.
It's true. Yeah, the Nicholsons can just run casual 205s now. It's great.
Yeah.
I think didn't one of them run 203?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, something like
And,
that.
and one of them ran like 53. And I think
Yeah.
Drew ran 53 and he would
Okay.
take if the 4x8 doesn't make it, he would run for Busa, actually, which is really interesting. Never thought that would happen. I didn't know they had this speed.
I heard about that, and I don't I disagree with that for one reason. Like because Busa was on the qualifying team, so I feel like it should be his spot. But let's not go into that. But yeah.
Yeah, it's not really my business, but I agree. I was
Yeah.
for some reason today. I went to practice and I was like, DeLuca called me over with them when he was having that conversation. I'm like, why am I here? I'm not going to Milrose. I graduated.
What if he like put one of their bibs on you and she's like, Andrew, you're running?
I don't think I'd help. I don't think I could break 205 right now. I doubt it.
Oh, I wanted to tell you guys. I am running. I think I
Mhm.
texted you guys, but I'm running the 800 and then the mile. I'm running the mile and then the 800 this Saturday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, which
So,
one are you trying to like kill? Trying and are you full out?
so I'm gonna go. I really want to see what I can do for the mile, but I also really want to see what I can do for the 8. So
Yeah.
kind of just gonna go balls to the wall on both. I think it was 4:30. I sat at 4:30 because I think I could probably run 4:35 to 4:30 right now. And based off the workout today, I'm really starting to get my legs moving and I'm getting my turnover back. So I think the 8 I think I can at least run, 204 at least. But I think I sat at 204 actually. It might have been 205. But
That's
I'm super
reasonable.
excited for that.
You're a good doubler.
Yeah,
You're really
yeah.
good at doubling. So I think you could pull that out for sure.
How much time do you have in between races?
No idea. I mean, I don't have the schedule in front of me. I know there's a good deal of races, but I don't know like how many teams are going to be there or how long the meet's going to be or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also I wanted to ask about your 3K a little bit, just going off
Yeah.
Okay, so I
I was watching the live
golf.
splits. I think, were you leading at some point or something like that?
No,
Oh,
no. I think
That
I
was an
got out.
insane race.
I got out. Like the gun went off and I got out quick, so I was like in the front for maybe like 15 seconds. But I was
yeah.
also in the box start. So basically I was in a heat that I would have liked to. A couple weeks ago, I had 2 weeks on the bike, and for some reason that took a lot out of me. That took like way too much out of me. I don't know why. I mean, it was a spin bike, so I guess it wasn't like a real like I wasn't really pushing my body weight. I was just going against the resistance. Uh, so I guess that might have something to do with it. But I got out. I was in dead last place for most of the race, and I went. The first mile was 4:45, which I didn't even think I could run because I was so like dead from the bike uh, the 2 weeks before that, and I went out in 4:45, and then my second mile. It was only a 3K, but you know, if you just take the second mile ish, I think it would have been like 5:15. Is that right, Araneo?
It would have been closer to 5:20.
5:20.
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You
Then I
oh wait, no,
or was it
sorry, you're at
5:30?
5:15. No, it was
It was
5:15.
5:15.
You're right,
Okay.
because I remember you're on exactly 10 flat pace pretty much.
Yeah.
So it
Okay.
was 5:15.
But I mean, I the truth is, I would not if it was a 32, unless I kicked, I wouldn't have broke 10. I would have run like probably 10:04. Um, but anyway, I didn't run the race I wanted to run, but I was happy with the time because I thought, I was gonna run like 9:30, 9:35, but I thought a good time would be 9:20. I ran 9:24, um, basically by myself. So, and the only thing I'm upset about is that I didn't kick at the end because I was by myself and I was kind of pissed off. But I'm happy about it because I didn't get angry at the end either. I was just, you know what, bad race, not my day. Still had fun at the Armory. I got to watch a Araneo race. I basically didn't race with him, but I was there with him. It was fun. So
Yeah, I really the way that you react is a lot different from like other bad races that I've seen you have.
yeah, yeah,
I think that was a good way to deal with it, you know.
yeah. And
No, that
at
that
first,
just wasn't your race.
yeah. And at first I was like, when I crossed the line, I was just like, fuck. But then I thought, you know what? I can't change it. Might as well just smile about it. And then when I walked over to you, I was like basically laughing. So
Yeah, and then we
yeah.
kissed and like it was all good, you know.
Yeah, because I remember in ninth and 10th grade, you'd have a bad race and you wouldn't
Yeah.
want to talk to anybody.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And it's important though that we recognize that that wasn't okay, because what that leads to is, I remember, I'm not going to name names, but I remember a couple seniors or people above me getting mad, and then that's where I learned it from. And then now, I started to see some guys younger than me, they would get mad, and then guys under them, they're going to get mad. And it's like this whole big cascade, and you don't realize it, but you think that's when you're in high school, and then you see older people like getting mad about not PRing, you think that's the proper way to act, and that's just completely not true.
Yeah, there's a difference between being like pissed. It depends what you do with your anger, because
Yeah.
you're
Mhm.
completely justified in being angry. But if you direct your anger towards putting a hole in the wall, that's not gonna help. But if you direct your
Yeah.
anger towards making sustainable efforts and doing the right thing and vowing to maybe do core more or do whatever
Yeah,
more,
like to train better.
stretching more, taking time off if that's what you need,
Yeah,
directing that energy, and you know that's really the right way to go about it. And it's hard to do that because
exactly.
you don't
Yeah,
want to do
just
that.
like being, especially since we're growing older, like having the ability to control your emotions, like even though like, yeah, sure, like it's a valid reason to be angry, like having a bad race, it might show that you care. And, it's, of course it's valid to care because you train a lot for this, but it's like, if you can control your emotions and realize that like, hey, like for whatever reason, like it just, like as Anthony said, like it just wasn't my race. If you can do that and you can move on, like you'll be so much better, for it. It won't weigh on your mind, like thinking like, oh, what went wrong? Like, how did I do this? Blah, 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 blah. Like you can always think that, but like you just have to like take a step back, relax, and be like, you just like don't be so angry at yourself, just control
Exactly.
yourself, stay mature, stay calm, and move on, because that's, you can't go back in time.
No, yeah. Can only go forward.
Yeah. And I think like one thing like relating to that that I like kind of learned like recently, it's not just in running, but in anything you want to change. It's kind of like an overused mantra, but you really do have to just believe in yourself. If you have any doubt in your mind that you can't do something,
Yeah.
like be exactly like losing a race or having a shitty race can make you think you can't do something.
Hmm.
But if you can get over that fact and not be so pissed about it, you could have more faith in yourself, and the more faith you have in yourself, the more things you could do, because you really like don't understand how much that, even if it's subconscious, how much having just believing in yourself can really help. Like that's something I
Yeah.
think a lot of runners and just people in general doing whatever they want to do have struggled with. Like
Yeah.
they don't think they could do anything. They don't think they can get better, so they just stay at the same level of mediocrity.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I, you could hear that as much as you want, but it won't hit really until it hits for you. That's something that
Yeah.
hit for me recently, and I just think it's important. I don't
Yeah,
know.
definitely.
And that pertains
That
to
was
me.
a good thought. I'm sorry to cut this off though, because we do have about 30-ish seconds left.
That's perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for coming on, Araneo. Thank you for
No problem.
co-hosting with me, Jonah.
Of course, of course. Yeah, no, it's nice having these convos with Araneo. Sorry if I was a little bit quiet today. I'm kind of tired. So yeah.
You're good. You're good, man.
I get it.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you for
Yeah.
watching, guys.
Good talk.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Bye.
see you guys. Bye.